Hey, welcome back to the I have no idea what I'm doing cooking show. I woke up today and I was thinking, you know what would be delicious? Is some microwaved beef short rib with noodles and top it off with like a jelly omelet. We're jumping back into the guide to microwave cooking and recipe book. This cookbook is from 1977. All of the recipes in this cookbook use only the microwave. We're not using the oven. We're only using the microwave for all of these recipes. Let's get started. The directions for this recipe seem very minimal. It just says in a 3-quart casserole, place short ribs, onions, celery, salt, and water. Cover, microwave on high for 20 minutes, stir, cover, microwave on low for 60 to 70 minutes. Quick ingredient breakdown. We have short rib. We have 1 stalk of celery with the leaves left on, per the directions. Then we have 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 yellow onion, and 3 cups of water. So we will start with our 3 cups of water. Our short rib, this just feels weird. Putting short rib in water. Okay, and then our celery with some leaves, our onion, and our 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix that up a little, I guess. Okay, we are going to put this in the microwave covered. We have our cooked short rib, and decently tender. While the short ribs are cooking, we're gonna make the homemade noodles. And this is where we get a little funky. This is where we're getting a little out there. I'm questioning these noodles. So essentially we're gonna make a noodle, and to cook it, we're going to microwave it dry and then cook it again in the leftover liquid from our short ribs. For our homemade noodles, we have 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1 egg, half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of milk. Our directions for making these noodles are to beat together the egg, the milk, and the salt. We're then gonna add our flour and hopefully make a stiff dough. This is not in the directions, but I'm gonna use my dough hook, or my dough whisk. I've made a few pasta doughs in my day, and I feel like most of the time when you make a pasta dough, it calls for you to rest your dough before rolling it out. This recipe does not. It just calls you to make a dough, roll it out, and I feel like in order to get a true 1977 guide to microwave cooking and recipe book experience, I think we gotta stick to the exact directions of this recipe. So I think we're gonna not let it rest. Next, we're gonna get the dough rolled out. And the directions just say roll out very thin. I think first we got to get it a little bit thinner for it to fit in pasta sheeter. We have our rolled out pasta dough, and the directions, all it says is roll up loosely, slice into 1/4 inch wide, spread loosely. So I imagine when it says roll up loosely, I imagine we're doing like a nice little this is more of a fold, but I would think this is the roll up loosely. Also, actually, before we get to that, I don't want 4-foot long noodles. So let's cut this in half. Man, that's still a pretty long noodle, huh? Let's maybe cut it into thirds and then roll it up. Okay, we've cut it down. We've got perfect noodle length, I think. Roll these up 1/4 inch wide. Oh, do they come apart? Kinda. Oh, kinda come apart. So the last step for making these homemade noodles is all the directions say are spread loosely in a 13 by 9 microwave at low for 10 to 12 minutes, stirring after 5 until noodles are dry. So I guess we're gonna dry the noodles out to then cook them later. We're gonna run with it. I don't have a 9 by 13, but I think we'll just have to, get a little cozy. So we're gonna take our raw dough, Put it into our microwavable dish, and we're gonna microwave it, I guess, to dry out the noodles. What doesn't make sense to me though is we're gonna dry out the noodles to then immediately cook them in the broth. Let's get these transferred. Then this will go into the microwave for 10 to 12 minutes at low. Our microwave noodles are done. And, oh boy. We have some stickage. There we go, okay. Just a little bit. This is pretty weird, but I guess we've made microwave dried noodles. They definitely still have some moisture to them. You know, they're not like boxed dried noodles, but I mean, they're not bad. Our last step for our homemade noodles with short rib is to add our noodles to our broth, and we're gonna microwave at low for 10 to 12 minutes. While the noodles are microwaving, we're going to jump to our jelly omelet. And you might think, jelly omelet, what's that? That is exactly what it sounds like. It is literally an omelet with strawberry jelly filling. I can't imagine this is gonna be good, but here we are. We gotta try it. We gotta, you know, maybe it'll surprise us. Okay? Maybe. Probably not. For our jelly omelet, we have 3 eggs separated, 1/4 cup of strawberry jelly, and 2 tablespoons of water. To start our jelly omelet, we're going to whisk together our egg whites until soft peaks form. And you know, I wasn't feeling like re-breaking out the old KitchenAid, so I thought I'd hand beat these. Oh yeah, nice soft peaks. Next, we are going to whisk together our egg yolk and water. This doesn't give us any direction on how long or what we're looking for, but I guess we'll just incorporate some air. Fold in our egg whites with our egg yolks. Our last step before we bake this, or excuse me, last step before we microwave this, we have to heat up our jelly. Okay, we have some microwave jelly that's a lot more runny. I guess that's what we're looking for. The directions had us microwave a tablespoon of butter before putting our egg mixture into our pan. So we're gonna pour our egg mixture into the pie plate. We're gonna microwave for 4 to 5 minutes on a medium temperature until set but still glossy on top. Then we're spooning jelly over half of the omelet. Quickly run the spatula or turner around the sides and the bottom. Fold the plain half of the omelet over the jelly half. Gently slide onto serving plate. Oh, gosh. One jelly omelet? Well, we have our completed short rib and homemade noodle soup. It actually, let me just double check here. I originally, when I saw this recipe, I kind of assumed it was going to be more of like noodles with short rib on top. I didn't really think about it as a soup. It doesn't actually even say how to prepare it. The last instruction it has is remove ribs, keep warm, add dry noodles, microwave until tender. So I have no idea. It is a soup for us. Dang. That is honestly super nice. The meat is nice and tender. The noodles are, I mean, they're homemade noodles. They're really good. I think we could get rid of the step of microwaving them dry and then cooking them. I don't think that does anything. On to this absolutely atrocious looking omelet. And you know, this has surprised me so far. Our soup has surprised me, so maybe this will. Okay, enough dorking around. Let's try it. It's not bad, honestly. I don't know how to feel right now. This is weirdly decent. Let me try some with the cinnamon sugar. Not good. To answer the question, should we microwave it? No. No, we shouldn't. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.